Where are you? Where are you? Hey, where are you, man?
Good morning, faculty, staff, family, friends, and the class of 2024. Welcome to the Welcome to the USC Suzanne Dvorak Peck School of Social Work commencement ceremony. Buenos días, profesores, personal, familia, amistades y la clase de 2024. Bienvenidos a la ceremonia de trabajo social de la Escuela Suzanne Dvorak Peck de la Universidad del Sur de California. Lo logramos, mi gente latina.
Bonjour à tous nos professeurs, personnels, familles, amis et aux étudiants de la promotion 2024. Bienvenue à la cérémonie de remise des diplômes de USC et le Suzanne Dvorak Peck École des études des services sociaux. Félicitations!
2024届毕业生们、教授们、亲朋好友们，中午好！欢迎来到南加大 Suzanne Dvorak Peck 社工学校毕业典礼现场，预祝大家拥有一个愉快的一天。
Guten Tag, Fakultät, Personal, Familie, Freunde und Jahrgang 2024. Herzlich willkommen zu der USC Suzanne Dvorak Peck School of Social Work Abschlussfeier.
Magandang umaga po sa lahat ng mga guro, mga kawani, mga kapamilya at kaibigan, at sa lahat ng bumubuo ng klase ng 2024. Maligayang pagdalo sa seremonya ng pagtatapos ng USC Suzanne Dvorak Peck School of Social Work.
শুভ সকাল শিক্ষক কর্মী পরিবার বন্ধুগণ এবং 2024 সালের শ্রেণী ইউএসসি সুজান ডভোরাক পেক স্কুল অফ সোশ্যাল ওয়ার্ক সমাপনী অনুষ্ঠানে আপনাদের সবাইকে স্বাগতম
مساء الخير أعضاء هيئة التدريس والموظفين والطالبات والأصدقاء ودفعة 2024 مرحبا بكم في حفلة تخرج جامعة جنوب كاليفورنيا USC مدرسة الأعمال الاجتماعية سوزان دفوراك بيك.
안녕하십니까 교직원, 가족, 친구 및 2024년 졸업생 여러분, USC Suzanne Dvorak School of Social Work에 오신 것을 환영합니다.
Boa tarde, professores, funcionários, familiares, amigos e turma de 2024. Bem-vindos à cerimônia de formatura da Escola de Serviço Social Suzanne Dvorak Peck, da USC. Muito legal!
So I'm gonna go a little slower. I speak Igbo, so when I say in day one, you say in day one. In day one. In day one. All right. Ehi ọma, ndị kuzi niile, ndị arabuke niile, ehi ezino niile, ndị niile na ndị ụmụ klasa afọ 2024. Ekele m unu niile, unu abịala, amụ ashiza na akụkwa social work nke Suzanne Dvorak Peck ana-abịala bụ University nke Southern California. Chechechedechilekono!
Family, friends, students, teachers, and faculty, welcome to the 2024 USC Suzanne Dvorak Peck School of Social Work graduation.
בוקר טוב לחברי הסגל, משפחות, בוגרות ובוגרים יקרים. ברוכים הבאים לטקס הסיום של בית הספר לעבודה סוציאלית, USC Suzanne Dvorak Peck School of Social Work. Mazel tov, shalom, and congratulations!
My name is Marissa Vasquez, and as president of student organization, I want to thank you, everyone. Congratulations, class of 2024. Fight on!
Please welcome PhD candidate Erica Salinas, who will honor ancestral people and the land.
Maroeka. The Suzanne Dvorak Peck School of Social Work at the University of Southern California acknowledges our presence on the traditional, ancestral, and unceded territory of the Gabrielino Tongva peoples. We take this opportunity to acknowledge the ancestors, elders, and relatives of the Gabrielino Tongva people, past, present, and emerging. With humility, we recognize and respect all Indigenous peoples, their histories, and their ties to this land. We also recognize the Chumash, Tataviam, Serrano, Cahuilla, Juaneno, and Luceño people for the land that USC occupies around Southern California. By offering this land acknowledgement, here at the Suzanne Dvorak Peck School of Social Work, we are committed to building relationships and working to better serve Native nations and communities. Ura, thank you.
Please welcome the interim dean of the USC Suzanne Dvorak Peck School of Social Work, Vasilios Papadopoulos.
Good morning and a warm welcome to the class 2024. And to follow with the other languages, Kalimera kalos ήρθατε στο Πανεπιστήμιο της Νότιας Καλιφόρνιας in Greek. So, welcome to the class 2024 Master of Social Work, Master of Science in Nursing, Doctor of Social Work, and Doctor of Philosophy graduates, their families, friends for this day of celebration. Welcome to our faculty and staff and our speaker, David Ambrose. I also want to recognize and congratulate our 2024 graduates throughout the country who could not be with us in person today, but who are with us through our live stream. Over the past 2 years as interim dean, I have learned a great deal about the social work and advanced nursing professions and the impact they have on the world. The majority of this knowledge has come to me directly through witnessing the work of our tremendous faculty in their teaching, practice, and research. The second year has also provided me with more opportunities to get to know members of our esteemed alumni, their journeys, their careers, and what they have learned along the way about their own professions. Today, we are sending you out in the world as highly skilled professionals. You have been trained, as many have before you, to be bold in your quest to create change, to improve lives, and foment a just and equal society. Faculty have prepared you well. This is their job, and you are fired up and ready to go. But there is another side to your training, and the big picture you must not forget every time you begin to address a challenge. It is no accident that social work and nursing are known as the caring professions. They were built on the foundations of compassion, empathy, respect, and above all, love and kindness for all of humanity. I cannot stress enough how important it will be to honor these core values as you begin this next chapter of your careers in an increasingly complex society. You are the standard bearers for truth and justice, but you are also uniquely equipped to bring people together, to find benevolent and lasting solutions. It is the daily practice of these values that make you professional social workers and nurses. Which brings me back to our alumni. You are joining a community of dedicated and influential social work and nursing Trojans. They have accomplished change at the highest echelons, redefined policy, and transformed systems. As I learn about their work, or sometimes have the pleasure of hearing directly from them, I find there are two consistent elements that help define their achievements. The first is that success comes over time. It is never instant. Often, a seed is planted that takes years to grow. If you want it to be a change that affects generations, you need to be prepared to play the long game. Eventually, all of the small victories will add up into a larger triumph. The second pearl of wisdom is that if you fight for everything, you will accomplish nothing. In other words, as you work in your professions, you will learn to focus your efforts, choose the right moments, and accept your limitations. Some issues will demand the full weight of your social justice narrative, but others may require a more nuanced approach. And that is when you must dig deep into your toolkit to find the balance. You will be called upon to make difficult and sometimes unpopular decisions, but which you know are the right thing to do. Again, remember the big picture of what you want to accomplish and tailor your advocacy to meet the moment. You are specially trained to listen, assess, understand, and relate. These are not only skills that make a good social worker or nurse, these are qualities of an admirable human being. Growing within your profession may also mean interdisciplinary collaboration, which is more and more essential as the world rapidly changes. Society will look to you to create the next great innovative solutions, and that will involve a dedication to lifelong learning, the ability to open to new ideas, and sometimes stepping out of your comfort zone for the greater good. What you learn here will not solve all of the daily issues that you will face, but you are prepared to fully assess the situation and find the information needed to tackle the problem and provide the solutions. Graduates of the USC Suzanne Dvorak Peck School of Social Work, today we celebrate your achievements. Through your dedication and passion for your professions, I have developed a great admiration for all of you that you do in research, practice, and community engagement to improve social and human conditions. And now it is my great pleasure to introduce our keynote speaker. He has an incredibly inspiring story to share with you, as well as knowledge and experience that will serve you well in your careers. I'm personally moved by his resilience and dedication to changing the trajectory of his life through education. A national poverty and child welfare expert, a best-selling author, an Emmy-winning producer who was recognized by President Obama as an American champion of change. He's the co-founder of Fostermore, a Los Angeles nonprofit focused on changing the conversation around the foster care system through individual, community, and also corporate action. His work is important to ensuring the next generation is able to thrive, creating positive opportunities for children, for youth, and adults through advocacy at the local, state, and national levels. It is my distinct privilege to introduce you David Ambrose.
Wow. I mean, y'all are some beautiful people. I'm going to try not to be too nervous. This is the most people I've ever seen or spoken in front of, so bear with me and be kind. You're social workers. First, I want to acknowledge my sister Jessica Ambrose, a graduate of this very school who couldn't be here today, but she is a role model for me, and I was so honored to speak at this institution because of what she's done and dedicated with her life. My brother Alex Ambrose, who proudly served in the military after foster care and has gone on to work in banking, both of them have been key in my life, and I speak today on behalf of them, my family, and also all foster youth. Ladies and gentlemen, and everyone, esteemed faculty, not so esteemed faculty, proud families, not so proud families, and importantly, all of you, the graduating class of 2024, I want to say congratulations. Some of you may have been wondering, who is David Ambrose? I ask myself that all the time. Perhaps you Googled me, or you went on DuckDuckGo and looked there. I use that site to protect my privacy. But I do like Google Docs, so I digress. Choose whatever search engine you want. I am also a graduate of another school from across town that shall not be named. Let's all be friends. But on this day, this fight-on day, I'm very proud to be here with you. What I want to say to all you beautifully mortarboard people is a really important message that no one told me when I was graduating from that other school's School of Law. And here it is. This is the only true thing I'm going to tell you today. The only fact. Your student loan payments begin in 6 months. No one told me that, and I wish they'd had. But in their wisdom, they gave me more time. So let me endeavor to share a little bit of the thoughts that I've had in reflecting on today. It marks a significant crossroads in your lives, a critical moment, a decisive moment, a crux, a moment of truth, a point of no return, a decision moment, a climactic moment, a tipping point, a Thelma and Louise grasp the hand and drive over the cliff milestone. It is a clear, pulsating, sought-after, fluorescent, effervescent moment. It is a Vegas billboard sign pulsating in the night. It could not be more clear. Today is important. But sometimes lessons and moments are not as clear. Sometimes teachable, critical moments, lessons, are not so readily visible. Sometimes they're not marked. Sometimes they come and go, and we miss them for what they are. And yet, they are. Even if we did not note them, some lessons are seemingly inconsequential. The first cough of what will be a pneumonia. The first casual glance across the bar at a person who will become my husband. Stay alert and see those moments too, not just these bright, pulsating ones. The lessons therein are vibrant and important, sometimes dreaded, but always important. There are important lessons wherein for fundamental self-liberation, but only if you look up and see them. My mother was my most important teacher. Her lessons were glaring and bright. She was a meteor hitting a pond. From the start, her lessons and those of life resultant from her, shall we say, parenting, were both spoken and taught. Yet in hindsight, some of those lessons were less obvious. One happened when I was quite young. You see, in the mornings, my brother, sister, and I begged for money at the platform at Grand Central. Why the mornings? Because people are more generous to homeless people before they've had a bad day. And why Grand Central? Because we lived there with hundreds of other homeless families. On this particular morning, I was about 4. It is burnt into my memory. The crowd parted a few feet in front of me, as if I were an impediment in a flowing river, and then came back together behind me. The crowd seemed like those birds you see in the sky, all moving together synchronously, without communication or instruction. But here there was no beauty. No one looked at me. I was truly invisible. The lesson from these people was crystal clear. My life did not matter. My family's lives did not matter. I was covered in filth with sores all over my face and body. I was wearing rank clothing. I don't recall ever showering. I could understand why people avoided me. I would have avoided me. But it was the occasional generosity of perfect strangers that determined whether or not I ate that day. And so I sucked it up and begged. This is one of my earliest lessons, which was ultimately what woke me up to the world as it was. It was not my mom's casual, mentally ill-driven violence and neglect, but the brutal palm of the public indifference that slapped me across the face and woke me up. It screamed, refusing to be ignored. Aside from paying attention to lessons and harnessing what you might from them, I want to caution you to wake up as well. You have a choice. You can be a generation of likes, thumbs scrolling, numb and unremembering to what you liked a few moments ago, the generation of selfies. Or you can look at the world as it is and perhaps be a generation that took this life and this world and made it better. Look around today and what you'll see is a world of crooked necks, all looking down. Don't look down. Your future is not there. You can choose to be different. You can choose to be a generation vibrating with purpose and thus life, verdant with the indefinable humanity coursing through your veins, a firework barely contained, kinetic energy to be released, explosive agents of good in this crusade we're all on against injustice and poverty and indifference. What that will look like is unique to you. But first, you must commit to look up and be awake to this world as it is. When I mentor young people and impart this lesson, I ask them to track what they're doing every 15 minutes for a few days. I take the data and translate it into graphs and charts, and what I show them with that is how many hours a day that we waste. Hours of it, every day. Waste does not mean bad. First, it's not bad. Doing things you enjoy and that relax you is okay. What is not okay, what is bad, is the lack of agency in that decision, the lack of awareness, the non-decision made by each of us every day to fill time with things that truly do not matter. I waste time. I do it often. Some of you might say I'm wasting yours now. But I have a point. Wake up. Use all the lessons of your lives and now your formal education. You have a choice to be the generation that ends child poverty. You can be the generation that cures cancer, or a generation instead that collectively mistakes social likes and posts for action. We can watch other people's lives and sit back comfortably in our space, comparing our lives and noticing the differences. Or we can be awake. As a child born into abject poverty and homelessness, with a mother plagued with multiple mental health issues, I did not make that choice. It was demanded of me. But once made for me, I embraced the lesson. And in it, I have found a full and rich and insanely impossible, beautiful life. 2 roads diverged in a wood. I found both lacking, and so I cut my own. And that has made all the difference. Carve your own. If we note the lesson and are aware of the choices, then my next admonition is to make them. Choices. 10 years before I was born, we sent a person to the moon. We did that. We did not outsource it. That spirit is still here amongst us, in you. We have the capability to accomplish anything collectively as a people. Choices like that, the good ones, are so often hard. In America today, there are 9 million children living in abject poverty. And for many of them, the twin to that poverty is foster care. This year, nearly 10 times the stadium size will pass through the foster care system. Look around and imagine all of those faces. We can end the cycle of child poverty by making the choice to invest in foster care as you have chosen to do. And I want you to help break that cycle of poverty. Other than the laws of physics, everything is a choice. Cynicism is a choice, a vogue shrug that says, what can I do? Cynicism like this is a shameful exhalation of a cigarette into the face of a child. It condemns the next generation of young and vulnerable and powerless to a lack of collective progress that is eminently achievable. And why? Because we don't have the spinal fortitude to make real our vision of a just and humane and loving, thriving nation, if not world. Politics, the very tool we need to do this, is readily available and has already been branded impotent. At the very moment of our full enfranchisement, we consume and believe a false lesson that we have no power except to complain. We have a cancer of learned helplessness in civic culture. We mock elected people, most of us not knowing the names of those that represent us at the county or city level. We are civically, collectively as a country, illiterate. And yet this is an arena where we must be if we are to fight for change. How many of us go to school board meetings? How many of us have ever been to a city council meeting? Me too. Fair enough, sir. It is USC. Now you got me off my game. All right, no call and repeats here. When have any of us scheduled civic participation on a weekly basis or monthly basis in our calendar? We must choose to be we must choose to be sophisticated consumers of politics, especially local. We know the names of the 9 Supreme Court justices, but none of us can name a single judge here in California, the very ones that sentence people. We fetishize and march for global issues, while 1 in 4 American children are hungry. When a child leaving foster care in LA, in California, is more likely to die than go to community college, is more likely to be sex trafficked than go to community college. The suffering right here in front of us in this country has become the white noise of our society, unremarked and unremarkable. I was 11 when I entered foster care, having survived starvation and near death at the hands of my mother. I thought I was saved. But foster care taught me another lesson, that hell had a basement. With one exception, the violence and casual cruelty I experienced are hard to fathom. My first placement was a congregate care facility, a kid jail. It was for young people that could not be placed in normal foster homes because they were too violent, or in my case, because I was gay. Once entered, immediately the violence began of all sorts, and I sought simply to survive. I did not choose to be gay. In fact, I railed at God. I thought to myself, on top of everything else, this too? From placement to placement, I careened from one type of torture to another, an added layer of abuse targeted for my gayness and my perceived religion. For the latter, I was dipped and dunked to erase all those traces as well. I finally found a home that truly loved me, a working-class couple, Holly and Steve, with 2 children of their own. They were not foster parents, but raised their hands to become that for me. Holly was a worker at a YMCA, and she saw the abuse I was undergoing. Holly and Steve are the embodiment of that American spirit that took us to the moon. They made a choice to not simply sit and wonder who will help this child. Instead of casting aspersions at social workers when there's a death in the system or child, they raised their hands and said, we can make it better. In their individual act, they changed a life, my life, and in that, they've changed the universe. I chose to look squarely at what I've experienced, and I have fought for more than 15 years to ensure queer foster youth, in delinquency as well, are not treated or cured as I was attempted to be. I fought for the Chafee Independence Act, housing for foster youth, the extension of foster care, as well as access to higher education through waivers. I chose to take the gale force wind of apathy, hate, and disgust and build the most beautiful giant sail. I channeled the vitriol and ignorance and put them into power. I made that choice. I chose not to be erased, nor have my queer brethren erased. I chose to fight for my foster brothers in the prison systems where I was. What is your choice? Make it. Finally, and because this is a commencement, I already warned you about student loans. I want to dispel one more myth and cause perhaps a bit of controversy. Rarely will you do what you love. Let me say that again. You will not often do what you love. Said more plainly, quite often you'll think back to this very moment and wonder to yourself, why did I not study AI? I know I do. Work and our professions can be a slog. The day-to-day of impossible demands, clashing with office politics in an underfunded system or systems, confounded with a messy humanity that refuses to be straightened out. It may take years for you to have the tenure, resources, or experiences to become the professional you aspire to. That's okay. Let me offer an evolution to that tired idea that incorporates a little bit about what I've spoken. I named my memoir A Place Called Home, seemingly for obvious reasons. I was homeless after all. Yet that is not what I mean by the title. In my life, I've had many jobs and professions in a myriad of fields, but only one motivating mission. I did not want children to grow up the way that I did. We are part of a permanent underclass of millions of Americans living on the scraps of humanity. In the mission I selected is my job. I remember the countless faces of my foster siblings, the hundreds of kids living in congregate care and jails, the kids living in the shelters, the kids in the gangs in my neighborhoods, the barely 10-year-olds playing tag in the free lunch lines. Their faces do not haunt me. Even with 9 million children living in poverty, the phrase child poverty has not been uttered at a presidential debate since 1999. We speak about coal miners, and perhaps we should. But there are more baristas in LA County than there are coal miners in the nation combined. We need to make different choices. In recent times, my mission has grown as I've heard again and again that we need to clean it up, referring to the homeless. What has a homeless person ever done to any of us? What crime have they committed? It is a crime of visibility. How dare we be visible? When we begin to call a whole people it, bad things happen. We dehumanize each other in all areas of our lives, and we must not. When we become they and they become us, it's too confusing. We must stop alienating each other. We have lost the thread. We have compassion fatigue. We default to anger. Make it instead part of your mission to be a loudspeaker for justice, a soapbox for righteousness, a clarion call for us to be our best selves. These moments often slip past us in our work. Don't let them. Look up. My mom would say, you'll never see where you're going if you're looking down. I want you to look up. What is your motivating mission? That is your job. It is not what you do on a day-to-day. It may be, but there are no guarantees. And for most of us, and for most of my career, it wasn't. But my true work, as with yours, will be manifest in all areas of your life, not just how you spend your day. Your chosen mission that you have decided to pursue will send up shoots of blossoms when the soil seems inhospitable and frozen. It will give you grace when the world seems unfair. You will dazzle those around you, touching that third rail of the universe. When I was young, I heard a message from Dr. King that the moral arc of the universe is long and it bends towards justice. There were so many moments in my childhood when I felt that was an illusion, if not a lie. But it is not wrong. It is true. The picture I drew in my mind still today shows that arc bending only because the disenfranchised, the poor, the trodden upon, the overlooked, the lesser, the its are there at the end with children, bending that arc down towards justice. They do not have the luxury of cynicism. You are a power in this ever-improving, imperfect republic. You have mastered your smartphone, but wonder collectively as a society, how can I figure out what's on my ballot? Won't you lend your weight? Won't you make the choice to be awake? And let this be the mission of your life, to lift up others. I can't promise you you'll love the day-to-day, but that North Star will burn so bright. Finally, the great playwright Tony Kushner said it well. Hope isn't a choice. It's a moral obligation, a human obligation, an obligation to the very cells of your body. Hope is a function of those cells. It is a bodily function, the same as breathing and eating and sleeping. Hope is not naive. Hope grapples endlessly with despair. Real, vivid, powerful, thunderclap hope, like the soul, is at home in darkness. Be awake. Learn the lessons in all their gorgeous messiness. Make choices and create a better community through your actions. And know that if you're guided by that, then everything is achievable. You will find the passion that I have been gifted by my life. Because of you, this will be the last generation of children growing up the way that I did. Don't lose your hope. Harness it. Don't be cynical. Take action. Be inspired. And do the hard work to change this world. Thank you.
What an incredible and inspiring story. David, thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you for these wise words. I agree. I don't know what was that, but... So, we have a number of Dean's Recognition Awards for some incredible work done the last year. So I'm thrilled to recognize 5 students and a faculty member today for their outstanding accomplishments on behalf of the school and the social work profession as the recipients of Dean's Recognition Awards. They were chosen from an impressive field of students and faculty. Each year, our school honors students who have made significant achievements in their academic careers and contributions to the community and nominated by faculty members. The graduating class of students also nominates and selects one faculty member to receive the Jane Addams Award. I now present the recipients of the 2024 Dean's Recognition Award. The Gladys Salit Award of Merit recognizes a graduating student who demonstrates outstanding potential to contribute to the profession of social work. This award honors the professional life of distinguished alumna Gladys Salit and her commitments to her clients, our school, and social work education. Please join me in congratulating our 2024 recipient of the Gladys Salit Award of Merit, Eric Moore. The Lillian Hawthorne Endowed Award recognizes students who made significant and transformational contributions to the programs and policies of practicum agencies during their internships. This award honors alumna Lillian Hawthorne, who served as Assistant Dean for Student Affairs and was instrumental in expanding the Schools of Social Work's practicum education program. Please join me in congratulating our 2024 recipient of the Lillian Hawthorne Endowed Award, Esther Laguna. The Outstanding Contribution to the Grand Challenge in Homelessness Award recognizes that our students have a direct impact on the school's role in this Grand Challenge initiative and will serve as the next generation of leaders who will tackle this complex issue. The award is sponsored by the School Center for Homelessness, Housing and Health Equity Research. Please join me in congratulating our 2024 recipient of the Grand Challenge in Homelessness Award, Yu Kyung Oh. And okay, you know. I didn't follow the script. Okay, so here we go. The USC Phi Alpha Honor Society Omicron Epsilon chapter annually recognizes an active student member of this National Social Work Honor Society for their demonstrated dedication and exemplary leadership in human welfare beyond their practicum placement. This year, there are 2 students receiving the award, 1 graduate and 1 first-year student. Please join me in congratulating our 2024 recipients of the Phi Alpha Humanitarian Scholarship Award, Fianna Caballero. There is also Sydney Grant, who could not be here today, but she's watching online, and we send her our congratulations. And finally, the Jane Addams Award. This award is presented annually to a faculty member selected by the graduating class for their academic, administrative, and moral support of students. Mentorship by faculty is essential to student success, both in the classroom and as they go forth in their careers. It is truly high praise for one's skill as a teacher to be honored by their students. Please join me, class of 2024, in congratulating the professor you have selected to receive the Jane Addams Award, Carrie Doyle. It is now my honor to welcome the PhD graduates for the class of 2024 to be hooded and receive their diplomas.
Okay, I want to recognize our first PhD graduate, Adrienne Julie Clomax. Now I'd like to recognize Jasenia Natalie De Leon. Next graduate, Rory Patrick O'Brien. And our next graduate, Shadi Khalil Saba. And our final graduate, Erica Salinas.
Please welcome the Doctor of Social Work graduates for the class of 2024 to be hooded and receive their diplomas. Leanne Stutz Woolner. Linda Wynn. Maria Carrera. Samantha Rawls. Jonah Halili. Kara Sandoval. Cheryl Bergeron Tatum. Jasmine Natalie Tobar. Ana Luisa Chavez Manchilas. Nadia Saye. Dr. Maria Wright. Jane Jackson Bear. Jamie Sue Goldman. Lori Elizabeth Feather. Erica Aguirre Mirimoto. Heather Dunn. Dr. Alyssa Gayton Harper. Joseph Macaluso.
Ay, yo no sé, hija, no veo nada, pero te estoy tomando un montón de fotos. Love you.
Aisha Wahab. Leigh Kane. Ruth Bosmick. Jesse Shea. Gregory Gomez. Sarah Tay. Joanne Hall. Tracy Vega. Daniel E. Kennedy. Melissa Duran Min. Jessica Janae Major Schreiner. Kelly Ann Nelson. Nicole Osarski. Tyson Terrell Moon. Charlotte Richardson. Trying to keep them. Congratulations. Ariana Michelle Deans. Essence Reed Williams. Shannon Thornton Bay. Jean Broadnax. Shaquinta D. Bevins. Derek E. Felton. Lang Jane Fang. Rebecca Jean Weingarten. Lisa Morashanti. Deborah Marie Bream. Angela Jean O'Brien. Margarita Maggie Daniels. Jay Brenneman. Sarah Marie Thomas. Benjamin Hurst. Dr. Charles Jr. Chidi O'Harry. Dominique Unjo Lucien. Nikesha Tolbert Banks. Karen Bryant. Janice Bonsu. Terry Lynn Francisco Salas. You're welcome. Tosca Wilson. Erica Morgera. Mercedes Samudio. Pamela Powell. Laura Borland.
There's a woman up there saying you engaged now.
Alana White. Guillermo Rodriguez.
You went the wrong way.
Amanda Geip. Anne Lefebvre. Brian Lee Morris. Karen Napolitano. Regina Nadir. Elizabeth Taxman Wrestler.
It is my pleasure to welcome the Master of Science in Nursing graduates for the class of 2024 to receive their diplomas.
Yvette Fausto Molina.
Yvonne Martinez.
Valeria Romo.
Samantha Beeson.
Stephanie Baharian. Amanda Fabian.
Nina Hill Fife.
Azucena Rodriguez Warlin.
Colleen McKenna Galen.
Selena Guerrero. Heather Raymond.
Grace Hillary Ann Mooney.
Amanda Clay.
Harpreet Diogan.
Francis Mercado. Thank you. Alea Song.
Jessica Noose.
Demetria Cooperschmidt.
Crystal Noose.
Whitney Amanda Reynolds.
Kelly Noose.
Cassandra Terry Shekarchian.
Jamie Sedano.
Jenny Lamb.
Alejandra Yamis Cuevas.
Jasmine Colonsong.
Doris Chaley. Rosario Ana Concepcion Apostol Valario.
He's nursing? He's nursing? This is social work? Yeah, he's MSW. Nursing? Oh, okay.
Emmanuel Koda Dadi. Vanessa Vardeo. Sarah Mari Nabi Sadeh. Bueno Calle. Monica Bueno Calle.
That's it for you. They obviously didn't do it evenly.
Elizabeth Ruth Caballero. Zora Nazari Gaye. Cody Joe.
Please welcome the director of the Master of Science in Nursing program, Michelle Zappas.
All right. Congratulations, class of 2024. I want my MSN graduates to stand up and repeat the nurse practitioner oath after me. As a nurse dedicated to providing the highest quality care and services, I solemnly pledge that I will consider the welfare of humanity and relief of suffering my primary concerns. Act in a compassionate and trustworthy manner in all aspects of my care. Apply my knowledge, experience, and skills to the best of my ability to assure optimal outcomes for my patients. Exercise sound professional judgment while abiding by legal and ethical requirements. Accept the lifelong obligation to improve my professional knowledge and competence. Promote, advocate for, and strive to protect the health, safety, and rights of the patient. With this pledge, I accept the duties and responsibilities that embody the nursing profession. I take this oath voluntarily with the full realization of the responsibility with which I am entrusted by the public. Congratulations, FMP MSN 2024 graduates.
Please welcome the Master of Social Work graduates for the class of 2024 to receive their diplomas. Woo! Okay. Haley Weiner. Woo! Oh, okay.
Adam Perez.
Rosine Barakatan.
Victor Rojas.
Margot Bailey.
Emily Glitteran Smith.
Angelica John Guillo.
Rebecca Guzman.
Regina Varicio de la Villa.
Jasmine Flores.
Vianney Valdez.
Christopher Soto.
Calliope Rea Dompos.
Anahita Farr.
Amy Galzier.
Maya Borenstein.
Edras Galvez.
Jamie Ostendorf.
Helen Asuna.
Risa Morris.
Joy Pierre.
Alexis Comstead.
Talking about you can't come. I said, her mama.
Ingrid Alvarado.
My reserve.
Shirley Bond.
Joanna Fuentes.
Caitlin Berry.
Francisco Monroy.
Hannah Logsden.
Angelo Winning.
Katrina Gastelum.
Joy Zazong.
Jasmine Raya.
Kim Lee.
Nelson Mejia Gonzalez.
Carly Chandler.
Jenna Melissa Lumar.
Leticia Resendez.
Esther Laguna.
Kelly Myron Baloney.
Gabriela Alatorre.
Supi Sabkota.
Victoria Rose Brown.
Alisa Amala.
Adrienne Alyssa Taylor.
Sofia Ann Manuel.
Serena Priscilla Mata.
Christina Moreno.
Sarah Hoffman.
Alexandra Frank.
Elizabeth McCaffrey.
Yesenia Enriquez.
Arlise Tawila Selkin.
Allison Brown.
Michelle
Mary-
Hadayi.
Mary Faye Hyatt.
Cassidy Fan.
Jessica Fighter.
Kelly Choi.
Okay. Amanda Mance.
Carolina Zuniga Mejia.
Marcus Burns.
Gianna Justine Chavez.
Junji Ju.
Chelsea Cox.
Manuel Gomez.
Miguel Angel Arredondo.
Edward Ramirez.
Joseph Domansky.
Edith Vanessa Gonzalez.
Kat Lee.
Jasmine Monique Valles.
Cindy Arevalo.
Shivani Patel. James Lawland Debaco.
Karen Ambrosio.
Jasmine Reese.
Tamia McFarland.
Vanessa Shavoya.
Ani Sarayan.
Amanda Salazar.
Monique Rodriguez.
Kimberly Penny Villanueva.
Sierra Romero.
Justin Cruz.
Leslie Gomez.
Cindy Melissa Tejada.
Katrina Gross.
Tiffany Chang.
Alondra Conde.
Ho Jen Yan.
Tiffany Liu.
Marisa Portejo.
Annette Castro.
Rian Gutierrez.
Craig Panabaker.
Kimberly Moreno Zamora.
That's my baby.
Andre Richards.
Corina Kepler.
Sophia Daniels.
Celesta Shelby Benitez.
Anything is possible.
Tobias James.
Yearview.
Catherine Cristales.
Alexa Miller.
Giselle Gutierrez.
Valerie Marie Duarte.
Guadalupe Bedoya.
Ryan Fry.
Stephanie Santiago.
Deborah Buhai.
Andrea Bell Soldate.
Dima Buchkarev.
Tanya Rodriguez. Jacqueline Guzman.
Okay. Marisa Vasquez.
Sofia Dreyer Diaz.
Amanda Rocio Dominguez.
Shayla Jones McDowell.
Yuri Jeanette Ramos Hernandez.
Stephanie Poor.
Nadine Arnold Doko.
Jovina Garolo.
Okay. Victoria Nekechi Anna Wolf.
Gypsy Alvarado Covarrubias.
Camila Tan.
Natalie Rivera.
Katie Peckins.
Marlene Bonilla Amador.
Lorena Parada.
Annie Sarkeesian.
Sergio Torres.
Hannah Yoon.
Martin Roman.
Yadira Orozco.
Celso Camporade.
Samantha Colato Carpio.
Alisa Patricia Rodriguez.
Jessica Lozano.
Madeline Christopher.
Isabel Esparza.
Julia Barsacchini.
Ellie B.U. Benjamin Smalley.
Eleanor Pearson.
Shiona Carter.
Sophia Jane Lowe. June Park.
Caviar.
A little slow over there.
Anika Muhaiman.
Madison Duran.
Anna Hirsch.
Eric Castillo.
Michelle Bowles. Candace Ertman.
Jerron James.
Matthew Paez.
Darcy Brown Martin.
Brittany Collier.
Rachel Chernak.
Anissa Motala.
Aviana Williams.
David Cohen.
Kelly Miyahiro.
Gabriela Goodman.
Jennifer Ruiz Guerrero.
Serena Mangino.
Claudia Velasco Cordova.
Melissa Laru.
Caitlin Danielle Henris.
Chloe Blish.
Stephanie Sunny Graham.
Ilana Ray Dingwall.
Chelsea Stedman.
Melissa Mason.
Boston Morse.
Jairi Hernandez.
Guadalupe Saucedo.
Victoria Kathleen Seguin.
Michelle Straffolino.
Courtney Rebecca Thompson.
Marissa Angelina Gunal.
Laura Stephanie Gutierrez Nava.
Matthew J. Putu.
Yung Yong Yu.
Angibola Toyi Shepard.
Shannon Kiva Goodman.
Fred Mathis.
Megan Caverly.
Ramon Ibarra.
Sarah Burton.
Nicholas Isaiah Moore.
Eileen Gonzalez.
Warren Gibbs.
Robin Gogi.
Denwa Hassan.
Justin Cecil.
Courtney Marie Anderson.
Eleonora Schulman.
Ira Labrada.
Karen Harrell.
Casey Zuniga.
Andrew Samples.
Jennifer Tyndall.
Lynn Gael Damon.
Jennifer Salazar. Brenda Torres.
Madison Elizabeth Alt.
Viridiana Garcia.
Megan Elizabeth Steron.
Myra Rodarte.
Adriana Ortega.
Jasmine Torres Cos. Cinnamon
Perry
Allen.
Ramos Hassner. Catarina Pina.
Nicole Villarreal Martinez. Stephanie Deanna Va.
Carla De La Oliva.
Danielle Lee.
Deschali Rosario Cruz.
Andrew
Liana
Amaya.
Saravia.
Hello.
Sadie Alejandro.
Brianna Funk. Nice.
Estrella Moreno.
Erica Marie Burnett.
Alondra Zevaya Hernandez.
Janelle Emanuel.
Tanya Marquez. Eva
Lorle-
Rodriguez.
Lorleen Aravalo.
Myra Zaragoza.
Nia Tucker.
Kiera McCurchin.
Chelsea Renee Presley.
Desiree Dominique Dupree.
Lizette Gallardo.
Marlene Munoz.
Lenny Lindsay Ozayas.
Zachary Moliere.
Nancy Reyes.
Raymond Aguilar. Nelly Gutierrez.
Adrian Nicole Villanueva.
Kelsey Shield.
Selby Peterson.
Elizabeth Christina Wang.
Jimena Zaragoza Luna.
Tamana Haruni.
Mariah Bermudez.
Sunny Barahona Carrillo.
Claire Bailey.
Tenny Martin.
Catherine,
Daria Griffiths.
Catherine Ortiz Pinion.
Giselle Mary Food.
Malitha Joanna Garcia.
Shayla Renee Pace.
Inabam Lawrence.
Jody Michelle Johnston.
Fiona Caballero.
Zoe Bond. Kevin Yu.
Marissa Garate.
Daisy Rodriguez.
Melissa Lastra Soto.
Maria Lisa Okeke.
Christina Toscano.
Tanisha Holden.
Christy Unia. Anaya.
Lindsay Shelton. Juanita Sumbe.
Catherine Eva Lake.
Ryan Jones.
Merrick Drake.
Gina Castery.
Louise Salazar.
Brittany Jackson.
Martin Jose Lassa.
Colin Kindley.
Taylor Schreiber.
Janalee Gallo Castaneda.
Alexis Irene Navarro.
Claudia Santos Aguirre.
Margot Negrunza Panugayo.
Garcia Perez Ozuna.
Pedro Mejia.
Sabrina Quintero.
Jennifer Summer Lopez Del Haro.
Elizabeth Partida.
Ashley Dixon
Anna
Holmes.
Ana Elizabeth Lozado.
Rocio Moriel.
Larissa Elizabeth Hernandez.
Vanessa Pang.
Maria Fernanda Amelia Molina.
Marquise Yarber.
Sarah Rose Acosta.
Barb Garcia.
Dilnoza Yusupova.
Kristen Daharsi.
Kawide Analoa.
Lola Mitsu.
Christina Rose Kurzweil Roman. Andrea Woods.
Don't worry. Helen Kim.
John Stewart Santo Mireri.
Erica Santos.
Lindsay Ferguson.
Marlene Giselle Velasquez.
Delmy Patricia Lopez.
Gabriela Hernandez.
Matthew Castillo.
Karima Noema Rodriguez Ayala.
Jose E. Aguirre.
Megan Michelle Bamer.
Gregory Johnson.
Allison Rosenblum.
Nalita Ordonez.
Jacqueline Campbell.
Jessica Hernandez.
Tony Marie Huff.
Brenda Martinez.
Annalisa Bastien.
Chelsea Myers.
Emily Felicitas Burkhan.
Steven Torres Rodriguez.
Isaac Abraham Camarina. Thank you, John. Don Arthur Martinez.
Adriana Okieda.
Abraham. Abraham Baltazar.
Lisette Magdaleno.
Kaylee Heyer.
Maria Luz Franco.
Visner. Julia Visner.
Gunnery Sergeant Jonathan Paul Grimm, USMC retired.
Sierra Naomi Jane Becerra Tavani.
Jasmine Paola Rojas Resendiz.
Alex Daly Williamson.
Diana Herrera Singh.
Frankie Pena.
Salina Marie Gonzalez.
Alejandra Pena.
Micah Colin South.
Mia Maldonado Bromberg. David Papoyan.
Walida Mohammed.
Manuel Yapiz.
Peruz Yugan.
Andrew Mendez.
Janae Moten.
Yuju Wang. Bryant Rowita.
Nicole King. Kigwan Cho. Serena Rainbow Naramore. Eric J. Moore. Eiler Edun. Karen D. Harriman. Janaea McDonald. Janelli Alvarez. Andrea Fernandez. Kwame Christopher McCall. Taylor Marcella Richardson.
welcome the Director of the Master of Social Work program, Jennifer Lewis.
The Graduate Certificate Program at the Suzanne Dvorak Peck School of Social Work provides an opportunity for students to complement and enhance their graduate level training on a variety of interdisciplinary subjects that focus on experiential application of concepts in relation to diverse client populations, settings, and systems. I would like to recognize our graduates who also completed a graduate certificate this year. Please stand when your graduate certificate is called. Graduate in Advanced Clinical Social Work Practice. Certificate in Advanced Integrative Social Work and Nursing Practice. Certificate in Ending Homelessness. Certificate in Interprofessional Education Caregiving. Certificate in Law, Social Justice, and Diversity. Certificate in Social Work Administration. Certificate in Social Work Practice and Addiction. Certificate in Telebehavioral Health Practice. Certificate in Trauma-Informed Practices and Educational Settings. Certificate in Visual Social Work. Certificate in Youth Justice. Congratulations to all of our certificate graduates. Will all Master of Social Work graduates please stand for the social work oath? Please repeat after me. I do affirm that as a professional social worker, I will work to help all people in need. I will work to reduce the social problems in our society. I will challenge injustice, particularly to vulnerable and oppressed individuals. I will respect the inherent dignity and worth of every person. I will work to enhance the well-being of individuals, groups, families, organizations, and communities. I will strive to increase my professional knowledge and skill and to advance the knowledge base of the profession. I shall conduct myself in a professional and ethical manner and abide by the professional code of ethics as established of the National Association of Social Workers. Congratulations!
Please welcome back to the podium, Interim Dean Papadopoulos.
Almost done, almost. So a bright spot as your interim dean has been my interactions with all of you, social work and nursing students. For sure, some complaints from time to time, but this is my job as a dean. So I'm extremely proud for all the class 2024 graduates and your great achievement. I'm excited about what you will accomplish as you go out in the world and become ambassadors for social good. Now I would like to ask all the graduates to stand, please. One more. So by the authority vested in me by the University of Southern California Board of Trustees and the President, I hereby confer upon each of you the degree or certificate for which you have been recommended by the faculty with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. As evidence of these degrees and certificates, I shall direct that an appropriate diploma of the University of Southern California be presented to each of you, signed by its officers and embossed with the seal of the University of Southern California. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the class of 2024 for the USC Suzanne Dvorak Peck School of Social Work. Congratulations and fight on!
Graduates and guests, please make your way up the stairs to the exits to clear the area for the next ceremony. If you are attending the reception, look for the helpful people in the red shirts who will direct you over to the Peristyle and Olympic Plaza at the other end of the stadium for light refreshments, photo ops, and further celebration.
Joanna.